Hello everyone and welcome back to another session of Dark Souls PvP and another weapon showcase, I guess I could call this. Shield showcase maybe? I'm not really too sure what I should call this. I think I'm gonna stick with weapon showcase and I'm gonna call this shield a weapon, I think, for this video. Because this shield is more of a weapon than a shield in the way I'm using it. Now, I'm using the Pierce shield in this video for this showcase, and I gotta say I was a little bit hesitant, a little bit worried about using a shield as a main weapon. And as soon as I started to use it, I was pleasantly surprised with how viable it was. This actually right here was my very first fight where I used this shield as a weapon, and it is, as you can see, surprisingly viable. It gets the job done, it works, and it's got a few really good things going for it. So believe it or not, it's actually a viable thing to do. I was pretty shocked too. So anyway, moving on. The Pierce shield. It has a weight of 3.5 units. It's a shield. It's not going to be that heavy. It's a light shield, so it's not going to be that heavy. It has a D-scaling in strength and a B-scaling in dexterity, which is surprising for a shield, but for one that can be used as a weapon as well, it kind of makes sense. You need 11 strength, 14 dexterity to wield it. Not bad. And because it's a shield as well as a weapon, in this case, I'm going to actually include the stability of the weapon. 49 stability, which isn't great, but it gets the job done. So, moving on from here, the biggest pro of this weapon, I keep wanting to say shield, I really do, but the biggest pro of this weapon, I would have to say that the biggest pro of the weapon would be its ability to block while attacking. So if you get your timing right, you can block someone's attack, you can block your opponent's attack, and hit them at the same time. So that's really good, that's really convenient. It's saved me so many times. Even during this video alone, it saved me quite a few times. So, I mean, that goes to show you, it's a very, very good thing for the weapon. It's definitely the biggest pro of it. Other pros of this weapon would be the fact that you can also put on a Leo ring, get a Leo ring counterattack on someone, and block their attack at the same time. Can't complain about that. I think it was this guy earlier in the fight, I hit a 370 something on him, and normally with an R1 I'm hitting right around 220s, something like that, 224. So that definitely does put it into perspective how useful the Leo ring is with this weapon, especially considering the fact that you can block and hit them with a counterattack at the same time. Like right there. That was a counterattack. Normally I was hitting 224s, then I hit a 299. That was a counterattack, and I blocked him at the same time. That's really good. That's a huge, huge pro of this weapon. And, you know, people don't use it, probably because they don't think it's viable in the slightest, even though it actually, strangely enough, is. It takes a little bit of getting used to, I will admit. It took me quite a while to get used to it, but once I did, I think I got the hang of this thing. I thought I got the hang of this thing until I fought one of my friends. He has the Shieldmonger build. It's fantastic. You'll get to see that at the end of the video in the very last fight. So, yeah. Now, another pro of this weapon, I would say its running attacks are a pro. They are really cool. Now, for those who are paying close attention, and who are paying close attention now, I'm telling you to pay attention, watch this. He was going to cast a combustion. But when I did the running attack, it's got a two-step thing. First you push them, and then you swing and hit them with the shield. So because of that, you can push someone to stun them out of an attack, and then you can hit them with the shield as well, which worked fantastic for me in that situation where I was able to push his combustion out of the way and just ignore it because it didn't ever get the chance to happen. And then I was able to smack him with the shield for a kill. Also, when they are pushed, they are stunned, and that counts as instability damage. So you do an extra 40% damage on that, which is a very nice thing. Overall, this has a lot of good things going for it. Now, what's it got that's bad? What's bad about this? Well, the biggest con of the weapon, you can't parry. Or you can parry, but you can't riposte. If you're using it as a shield, you can't parry. But if you're using it as a weapon, you can't do a riposte. Which is nice that in Dark Souls 2, you're able to do ripostes with shields. For those of you who did not know that, you are going to be able to do a riposte with a shield, which is kind of awesome. So that's going to make weapons like this a bit more viable. Right there you saw a 413 on a counter, not bad at all. Didn't get the block on it, but it is what it is. Still was a counterattack, can't complain about that. So, yeah. Other cons of the weapon, I would have to say that it could do with some more stability, just because of the fact that when you're blocking, or not when you're blocking, but when you're attacking and blocking them at the same time, then it also will drain your stability. That can really be shown, I think it's in this fight actually. I block an attack, or no, I attack him, and it breaks my guard. So that's one thing you really need to be careful about. Right there I was able to partially block the combustion. I think that was a combustion, maybe it was a fireball, I don't know. I was partially able to block his fire because I was attacking with the shield at the time with the push. So the push also can deflect and block attacks, which is nice. Can't really complain about that. Right there, he rolled into me, that's what it was. So I'm assuming he's got Armor of Thorns on somewhere. I don't know. Anyway, there is one fight left after this. Just to quickly recap, the biggest pro is its ability to block and attack at the same time. Other pros would be that it works with the Leo Ring. Cons, you can't do a post, and you cannot parry if you're using it as a shield, which I didn't, so. Anyway, this is the last fight. This is one of my good friends, Surge, and I don't want to say his last part of his name wrong, so I'm not going to. I'll just put a link to his channel in the description for you guys who want to check out that stuff. He's got a video with this Shieldmonger build. It's fantastic. So, that's that. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you found it helpful in some way, and I will see you next time.